Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger, who is French by the way, feels the talent in his homeland is drying up, and that Japan is now the new hotbed for good young footballers. Wenger filled his Arsenal sides with fellow countrymen over the years, such as Nicolas Anelka, Thierry Henry, Emmanuel Petit, and Robert Pires, but hasn't been able to win anything since the FA Cup back in 2005. This is no wonder when you consider some of his recent signings, such as Marouane Chamakh, Jovino, Nicolas Bentner, and Sebastian Squillaci. You sometimes have to wonder just how thoroughly some players are scouted. But according to Wenger, the competition is high on the scouting front. The country where we were really competitive was France. They produce fewer players than they did 10-15 years ago at top level in France. The emerging countries that are producing players look to be Germany and Spain, and they have many good young players. They have taken over. Of course, England, noticeably, was left off that list as a place to find good players. But Wenger went on to say that Japan is now one of the best nations to look for top footballers, and there are several good Japanese players in Germany at the moment. However, maybe someone should remind Wenger that he already has one of the top young Japanese prospects out there in Ryo Mayachi, and he's allowing him to waste away with Wigan while he's been sent out on loan for the second straight year. There's no doubt Japanese players are among the best in the world, and the country didn't win the Asian Championship for nothing. 8 of their internationals are currently playing in Germany, and others play elsewhere in Europe, such as Keisuke Honda at CSKA Moscow, Yuto Nagatomo at Inter Milan, Mayo Yoshida at Southampton, and Shinji Kagawa at Manchester United. Wenger has some experience with Japanese players and their culture, since he previously managed Nagoya Grampus, 8 of the country's J-League, before heading over to England and Arsenal back in 1996. He signed midfielder Junichi Inamoto for the Gunners in 2001, but he played just 4 matches with the club, 2 in the League Cup and 2 in Europe. He was then shipped out to Fulham after just 1 season. In reality, he wasn't really given a chance with Arsenal to prove what he could do, even though he's been capped 83 times by Japan. The 20-year-old Mayachi is another player who Wenger hasn't given an opportunity to, and after being loaned to Bolton last season, he's now with Wigan Athletic. However, with Wigan being one of the worst teams in the Premier League, the youngster isn't learning anything there. He's either injured, sitting on the bench, or watching his teammates play from the stands. He'd be better off training with Arsenal's first team every day than doing nothing on Wigan. Wenger added that it's tough for relatively unknown players to make it in England, since fans want to see established stars instead of promising prospects. But all stars have to start somewhere, and that's the job of a good scouting team, to seek them out and develop them.